The artwork for the JaianMusic Q&A series is provided by GoProKyo. Please go follow him on Twitter at GoProKyo. Hi guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of the JaianMusic Q&A series. Today we got a special guest and an awesome question. You guys probably know who this person is, and if you don't, what rock are you living under? If you watch my channel, you know this person. We have GoProKyo from Daydreamer Studios from the GoProKyo channel. How's it going, buddy? Oh, me too, man. I just had this awesome burger, and this pop was so good, and I just had to introduce myself with a burp.
Yeah. McDonald's breakfast.
The 2 for $2.50.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's not funny to anybody else except you.
Oh, it's great. It's great, because apparently in the States, you guys have McDonald's for 2 for $2.50, but, like, over here, I don't got that. I don't got that from McDonald's. Whatever. It's that.
I'm just fattening myself every day when I'm at school.
Oh my God. Yo, for some people who don't know who you are, for like that one viewer who just came across this video and found the channel for the first time, who are you? What do you do? And yeah, go ahead.
I'm the guy who makes all of Jaian's pictures, his animations once in a while. Mostly I just do the channel artwork and his profile pictures and thumbnails and stuff. But I'm a voice actor, I'm a writer, an editor. I do lots of boring, technical, artistic stuff.
He's one of us. One of us.
One of us. One of us.
Exactly. Yeah. And also worth mentioning, we've done a couple of these anime podcasts together. We actually started Anime Podcasters together, but like obviously after a while you want to like not do it anymore. So we've podcasted about anime a bunch of times. No, that wasn't supposed to sound mean or anything. I'm just like saying like we've like done a lot of podcasts together. So like this is like definitely familiar territory. It's not like a first time guest or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be enough rambling. For now, we got a question from @GamerGeekAdam. It's a pretty cool handle. We got some really solid handles so far for the questions.
Yeah.
@JaianMusic. Thoughts on No Game No Life movie coming? So,
firstly, awesome job on the on that cover that you ended up doing for it.
Oh,
I loved that.
Thank you. The No Game No Life remix. By the time you guys hear this episode, I put out that remix long time ago. Thank you so much. Yeah, I remixed the No Game No Life, the theme song this game, and it was really fun to do. And I'm a big fan of No Game No Life, and I told I was bugging church like, oh, you gotta watch this anime, you gotta watch No Game No Life, like we need to like do a side anime podcast or something about No Game No Life. And finally you watched it, and you weren't disappointed, right?
Yeah, I wasn't, not in the slightest. I thought it was a really, really good show. It was more different, little more interesting than I expected. I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was going to be another Sword Art Online, especially with the opening that it had, you know? Like, with all those characters, they were in that, like, that boss room, and I was God, it's another Sword Art Online. And I really am not a huge fan of Sword Art Online. I think it's okay, like, it's just not my cup of tea.
Right. No, I totally understand what you're saying there. What I was gonna say, like, it's funny because when I did a Sword Art Online episode with Ben, and we talked about, I found that like there was a lot of similarities between Sword Art and No Game No Life. Obviously, No Game No Life being very, very interesting, and not to get too sidetracked, but I feel like there's not enough animes out there of that are take place in a video game, and they have the video game aspect to them, and I think that's a really untapped market for like animes, and I wish there were more.
Yeah, there's I think there's one that I think you might like. It's called I don't know necessarily how to pronounce it, but I think a couple fans out there are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. It's called Point Hack. It's not spelled out, but it's like there's a period and there's a couple slash marks, and it's hack. It's
okay.
I only saw like one of the series. I saw Quantum, is what I saw, but
right.
It's kind of about these characters these girl characters who are playing an online MMO like many of those shows, and they come across this character who's kind of ruining the game, and he's like hacking it somehow, and he's distorting it in a way that like nobody can necessarily trace him, and it turns out that the kid is actually a he's a patient who's passing away, and he wants to just mess with this world until he's gone.
Right. Huh. That
It's
sounds
it
really
is
interesting.
interesting. I mean, it's not like super. It's not super incredible. Like it's just something nice to watch. It's just. I just thought it was an interesting series just to watch for a little while. It's not a. I mean, it's a lot. It's an ongoing series. I think there's still more episodes and stuff coming out, but definitely check it out.
Right.
Like, there's a whole bunch of different series of it. Like, there's, you know how like they have, like they'll have one series and then they'll have another series, but it doesn't seem like they connect at all. It's kind of like that.
Right.
Anyway,
Okay.
back on topic to
that
what
sounds-
we were actually
yeah,
going
yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah. No, but that sounds really interesting. So on July 17th, we got a article from Crunchyroll. Yeah, over the weekend, MF Bunko Festival revealed news that No Game No Life will be getting a new anime movie. While more details have not been forthcoming, this is back in July of, well, technically last year. Thiago Fukurakawa Lucas, aka Yu Kamiya, author of No Game No Life, dropped the big spoiler warning, and so there's this official No Game No Life Twitter, and so they announced that No Game No Life is getting a movie, which I'm very excited about. For me, this anime was one of the best that I watched in a while, and I really enjoyed it. And it was short, 12 episodes, and it was really action packed.
You can finish this thing in a day, quite literally.
Oh, for sure. I remember when I told you, I was like, oh, I finished it in a day. You're like, you finished the anime in a day. Oh my god, you watched too much anime. Like that was kind of the vibe I got from
Yeah,
it.
and then
You're like, wow, that was really good. And you watched.
well, that's the thing. I was at school, and my school, like, I'm there from like 8 o'clock until like 8 o'clock in the evening, and so like
right.
like we get like an hour-long break, and then from there I have like 4 extra hours to do just nothing. And so I just spent the rest of the day just watching the show. So I did finish it in a day, and I see exactly what you mean when you say you can finish it in one day.
So what do you think of this anime getting a movie? What's your thoughts?
It's interesting. I was kind of hoping for a season 2 as opposed to a movie, and the thing is, with a movie, it's gonna like it seems that it's gonna have to like wrap up like a little faster than a show would, and I think that I prefer shows a little bit more because you can drag it out and the pacing is a little bit more enjoyable. Like you can start one day and then you can come back to it another day. Like you can watch one episode one day, then watch the next one and so on. But with a movie, you got to sit down and you got to stay there for about like an hour and a half or 2 hours or so on, or even longer.
No, I agree with that. I understand. I think we were at a point where this anime came out in 2014, if I'm not mistaken, and so
I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah. So it had been at this point, basically 2 years since it came out, and people we just wanted something, right? This anime was so good, it went by really fast, and like there was everywhere on the internet. I was saying, oh, don't you wish this anime had a second season or a continuation? Like everyone's saying that.
Yeah.
And so I just think we should count our blessings here, because not every single anime gets a second season. Some are like Dragon Ball
that's true.
and get
That's
like
true.
45 seasons and like 45 movies. But I'm really excited that this is gonna get a movie. And
not all shows can be Naruto.
not all shows can be Naruto. And I talking about Naruto, I hope there's not a lot of filler with this guy. I don't think there was. No Game of Life was like the anti-filler anime I found. Like there was always something happening.
There's with No Game No Life, there's no point where you want to skip it. It's something that you absolutely have to sit through, and like if you miss too much of it, you're going to like miss a little bit of the story, and it's going to like it's going to lose you if you don't pay attention.
Oh, definitely.
But it's not too complicated either. It's a perfect mix of clever and simple.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, definitely. And I love how Sora is willing to cheat in the anime, and he's like, it's as long as we don't get caught, so we can do it as long as we don't get caught. And that's a really cool like a vibe I got from Sora. I was like, this kid's really, really, really smart, and Shiro and him work so well together. Shiro is just like this really cute little character, and she's got like this like she's like really innocent, but she's like really hardcore as well. And so there's like this really like balance between these two characters, and I love how like I remember when like Shiro and Sora can't be separated for more than like 50 meters apart, or like they start crying, and like there's that one episode where like Sora isn't like around anymore, and Shiro's like around the kingdom, like, oh, where's Sora, what's happening, blah blah blah, and then like she's like, oh, maybe this is part of a game that they're playing right now, and this is part of like a challenge, or like this has got to be something. And so the anime is really live through the rules of the world that they fall into, and I really like the frame of mind. I hope that the movie will, because like now they've conquered that kingdom at the end of the anime. I
Yeah.
wonder how where it's gonna pick up. It's like I feel like is it gonna be like one of those typical there's a threat in the kingdom, take him out, or is Shiro and Sora do they go back to the real life and something happens to the real world? Is it gonna be a brand new video game world? What's gonna happen?
So, from what I've been told, apparently the anime adaptation stops at volume 4.
Right?
Yeah, the show stops somewhere between volume 3 and 4.
Uh-huh.
But there's a total of I think six novels.
Oh.
And where the movie is supposed to take place is novel number 6, and the concern a lot of people have been having is what about novel number 5? Like, what's going to happen in that point? I haven't read it. I've only watched the anime because I don't necessarily have all the time to to read.
Right.
But it is an interesting point. I'm wondering exactly like what happens from that point on.
I'm interested to know as well, and I think whatever does happen, I feel like the anime follows the manga pretty well as far as I can remember with this anime. So I do feel like we're gonna have if it's been told like a rumor that it's gonna take only from season 6, from volume 6. Pardon me. I feel like they're going to have to dabble a little bit with volume 5. They might just have to like previously or this or flashback to that and like kind of like just use volume 5 as a jumping point to go into volume 6 and really like construct the entire movie from that point. I feel like the creators, the direction of No Game No Life is one of a very solid one, a very 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 solid one, and I don't think they're gonna pull a Dragon Ball Evolution on us, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm thinking that they'll have to dabble a little bit. Like you said, they'll probably have to dabble a little bit into number 5 before they get into number 6. And since neither of us have read the light novels, I don't necessarily think that we can. I don't think we can fully or fairly judge how it's going to go. Considering that we haven't read it, there's only so much that we can say about it.
I'm looking at the wiki right now, but apparently there's like 7, 8, and 9 are novels.
Oh, okay.
I just saw that, so I'm just looking real quick.
I only heard about 6. Only heard about 6 or so. So I was just guessing that this is only a guess. This is just like our thoughts on how it's gonna go or whatever. You know.
For sure. This is gonna be interesting. I want a monster movie. Give me 5 through 9. Give me 5 through 9. Like give me like that sort of online fast pace where every episode someone gets punched in the face. You know what I mean? Though, like no one does actually get punched in the face, but it's action packed. That's what that's what the reference meant.
They should like just go like just create a cinematic universe out of it.
Oh, they should. And I'm really excited.
Just go Marvel on us.
Go all Marvel on us. Kind of like I did with the video intro I started. But what I was gonna say is maybe the movie is gonna cover like the series does finish at volume 4, according to what you're saying. Maybe the movie it's going to be only volume 5 and 6, or like only volume 5, and then the anime season 2 jumps from there. Maybe there's something about like these upcoming volumes that can only be expressed or better expressed in a movie. So they want a movie to be made for that reason, and that's why they decided to make a movie. And after the movie, they're gonna hit us with the next season.
That's entirely possible.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I feel like that's what makes more sense. That's just a guess, though. That's just a theory.
I mean,
a JaianMusic theory. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it seems like an odd choice for them to do a movie and then just do a continuation of a series. I mean, it worked for Dragon Ball, but it's Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball did Resurrection F and Battle of Gods before they did Dragon Ball Super. That was just them trying to see like, oh, can we start up another series? Like, is Dragon Ball gone stale?
Right.
They clearly didn't know that Dragon Ball is still ripe for abuse, apparently.
Right.
But in No Game No Life's point, in that case, I don't know if that's the most logical or financially sound idea. I think the reason that everybody thinks that it's going to end with the film is because this is a smaller series. This is not Dragon Ball. This is nowhere near the same popularity as Dragon Ball.
For sure.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
So it's probably because of that people think this is how the show's going to end.
Okay, that makes sense. That's definitely an option as well. I just don't want it to end, Church. I just want as many episodes as possible. Give me another 12 episodes. This anime is very, very solid. Very good anime.
Yeah,
I mean,
really is.
And I'm very excited for the fact that this movie's coming out. Like, this movie is gonna be really, really, really cool in my mind.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be absolutely awesome. Like since it's such a small series, I think that they also have a little bit more. It seems that they don't have as much to lose, but it seems that the creators of this show really do care about what they're writing. Like they're focused on not only showing the relationship between Shiro and Sora, but also like how these characters are functioning in a whole different world, and like just how like people who are sort of social shut-ins in one world can be like absolute geniuses in a whole other world.
No, definitely. I totally agree with what you're saying. And yeah, I'm looking at the official NGNL Live Twitter right now as I'm making this. And yeah, on July 17th, 2016, 3:17 a.m. my time, anyways. They tweeted out, and I translated. This is the translation. No Game No Life movie edition production decision. And I don't know. I'm looking at the homie Sora over here, and he's looking kind of evil in this picture. He's got this evil face to him.
And guys, feel free to check the description for this picture, just so you guys can sort of understand what we're looking at here.
Exactly. Sora's looking real evil, and Shiro's looking like, yeah, don't f with us, kind of. That's the vibe I'm getting from Shiro. And so I don't know.
Sora's kind of got this whole I don't know. He's just got sort of the I'm a badass sort of persona to him. Like he's really giving off the impression that but yeah, you know what, I do agree with you. They do have a don't screw with me sort of look going on.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but Shiro, you know, those characters were like sometimes in anime were like, what? How could you consider yourself to be a badass? You did nothing in your show. Like, Shiro, I'm sorry, but you deserve to be a badass every single day of the week. I mean, look at the chess game. This guy defeated a goddess, and like, he's like, oh, if you take, I forget, it's like, oh, if you take away oxygen, we can still breathe, or some crazy thing like that. I forget how that entire game went down. And at the very end, the coin flip, where he's just like, yeah, go flip a coin. I'm like, screw this. This is way too many bets. Just flip a coin.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I'm doing magic right now. No one's gonna know. Homie moves a tile down from the floor and like closes the coin down. So it's like, oh well, we both win, so we both get what we want. Like, like it's like it was one of those last scenes in the anime, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. Oh my god, it's all gonna. I'm super gullible, guys. If you didn't notice by now, and then I did not expect the coin thing getting stuck in the tiles, and I was like, oh my god, this actually worked like so well. And you know what? So Shiro deserves to be a badass. I wonder. This is what I think. Oh, I got a theory to throw at you. Okay, this is gonna be some spoilers about Code Geass.
Oh boy.
I know. I'm kind of going back and forth. At the end of season 2 of Code Geass, I watched the second season. Because I told myself I would never watch because I knew about the ending, but there was such a twist to it. Anyways, at the end of Code Geass, obviously Lelouch apparently dies. And the way he gets this to happen is that he gets Suzaku to kill him, but it was all planned and everything. Bottom of the line, what I'm trying to make my point here is that I feel like maybe there's going to be a death at the end of this movie, and maybe there's going to be something to do with it that goes into the next season.
We haven't really seen any death in that series, have we?
No, we haven't, and I feel like you can bring one in. I feel like you can do it. Do I want it to happen? No. Especially not to Shiro or Sora. No, I don't want that to happen. But would it be like super intense and really like capture like people's like attention and everything? Yes. Does that make more money? Yes. You know what I mean? You're gonna see a lot more people buying Shiro figurines if she dies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's possible, I guess.
So maybe that could be a thing. What do you think?
I don't know so much about a death, but it's quite possible that this might be like we said, lots of people keep assuming, okay, maybe this is the end of the series. Like maybe we're gonna get like the final battle between Sora, Shiro, and whatever. What was the name of the god, the kid who calls himself God? I forget what his name was.
Was it Tet?
Yes, Tet.
Yes,
That was his name.
Tet.
It might be that's what might be happening. So maybe they're going to, I don't know, maybe Sora and Shiro are going to kill him, but so far they've proven that they can go through any game without having to kill anybody. So I think it's quite possible that they're safe from I don't know, like a death, like a character death. I don't know. But it is possible. There's only so much we can say at this point.
Yeah, we're limited to those 12 episodes.
Yeah.
No, I think that kind of covers the question for me. That's our thoughts, and that's a lot of thoughts. I didn't think I would think this much of waking up this morning. But thank you very much, Gamer Geek Adam. I hope we answer your question. Church, is there Kyo? Sorry, is there anything else you want to mention about this question, or like any final thoughts?
Firstly, thank you for asking, and second, thanks for having me on here. I don't know why I'm here.
Of course. Come on. Don't get all gracious on me. And just letting you know, guys, we also did a Naruto Abridged where I interviewed Keel. It's a podcast. Sorry, it's not an actual episode. I'm sorry if I hyped you for about half a second there. And that's gonna be it's gonna be a one-off while I'm releasing these bi-weekly episodes. So check out that episode we did with Keel. But yeah, final thoughts on everything we talked about here, Keel.
I'm just hoping that it's a satisfactory conclusion, because like this is a show that I think is definitely worth a couple viewings, because it's sort of like, try to imagine like if you got Sword Art Online but like took all the cool aspects that just gave more personality and more of an interesting idea, like instead of just putting them in a video game world. They're not necessarily in a video game world. They're more so in a world that thrives on using games to decide conflicts or like decide arguments. And it's a much more interesting idea than just like, we trap these people in a video game world. That's all we got.
Yeah. No, that's well put.
So it's a lot. So I just find that No Game No Life is a lot more interesting, and I'm really hoping that it goes out on a very enjoyable note. And I'm really excited to see where it goes and what happens. And yeah, that's just that's pretty much all I had to say. I'm just honestly excited to see where it goes.
For sure, me too. And I think we're all excited. We're all like, anyways, this like Q&A series, when I started, I thought we were going to answer a lot of like YouTube and music questions, and like no, we're doing a lot of more anime stuff. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna lie about it. I'm a huge anime super fan. I'm a geek like that. That's my geeky side. So yeah, I am very excited for this movie to come out as well. I'm gonna be watching it for sure. I don't care if it's dubbed, subbed, whatever. I'm gonna be watching it. This is the type of series you have to watch if you're an anime fan. I'm telling you, No Game No Life. Go watch it if you have not yet, so you are ready when the anime movie comes out. All right. That's going to do it for this edition of the JaianMusic Q&A series. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to Kyo for being here. Kyo, do you want to plug your stuff, let people know where you are and everything, please?
All right. You guys can find us on Daydreamer Studios on YouTube, or you guys can find us on Tumblr, Twitter, DeviantArt, or Facebook. All the links will be in the description, and
yes,
please check out any of Jaian's stuff. He's got a lot of really cool music and anime covers, and some really interesting podcasts with our good friend Miraculous Yuki. Really fun voice actress, very fun person to be around. So please definitely check out the other videos. And my personal recommendation to you guys is definitely check out the Blacklist anime. Firstly, that is my favorite thumbnail that I've ever drawn.
Oh my god! Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
And yeah, just the subject matter is very interesting. I mean, I hope it doesn't seem like we've hyped it up too much, but honestly, I think it's a very interesting topic that they talked about. And yeah, please go ahead and check them out. And that's all I have to say. What do you have to say, Jaian?
Yeah, that for the people who didn't know, I also run this series called Anime Podcasters with Miraculous X Yuki, and I absolutely love doing that series. And yeah, so we did this episode called The Blacklist, where we talked about blacklisted animes. If you enjoy these kinds of talks, definitely go check out the Anime Podcasters I do on my channel. Thank you, Kyo. For myself. Follow me on Twitter. I am at JaianMusic, Facebook.com/JaianMusic for my Facebook page, and subscribe to me on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel so you don't ever miss a podcast I cover, an original or another podcast. You know, I do so much. There's so much variety. There's only anime here. It's so much variety, guys. All right, thank you so much. I will see you in the next episode of the JaianMusic Q&A. Peace out, guys.
Peace.